Hello everyone and welcome back. On this episode we will see some updates and experiments that we have done with the magravs power plasma generator.
So, the first update is about the one of the 4 capacitors which we had in the area close to the socket that has burned, and now the magravs generator is working with total 7 capacitors. Here we see the plasma field that is formed around the magravs power plasma generator. And now let's open the capacitor that was burned so we can understand the reason that caused the damage. As we see, the wall of the wood case from inside and the silicone cap is black because of the capacitor that has burned. The reason that the capacitor has burned is because the inner central wire of the capacitor has come in touch with the outer coil. This was happened because the inner central coil was not covered until the end with the paper GANs, and as we have unplugged couple of times the magravs generator from the grid, the capacitor has moved as result the inner wire to come in touch with the outer coil and to cause the electrical shock that we see. Here notice that the inner central coil was not covered until the end with the paper GANs as result to come in touch with the outer coil and to cause the electrical shock that we see. So, make sure that when you make the plasma capacitors, to cover them until the end and little bit more with the baking paper GaNs so they cannot come in touch with each other, otherwise you will have the same results. This edge of the inner coil of the capacitor, which we show now, must be covered the entire with the paper GaNs to make sure that the inner coil will not come in touch with the outer coil, otherwise you will have the same electrical shock. After that, now let's see some updates about the plasma field that has formed around the magravs power plasma generator. In the plasma field that has formed around the magravs generator, we have placed a big bottle with plasma water, and as we see, the plasma energy is flowing and in the bottle, but notice that is flowing only in the area where the plasma water is and not in the plastic of the bottle. The plastic bottle is not nano-coated, that's why the plasma energy is flowing only in the area where the water is. Now watch carefully that as I hold the voltage tester normal in my hand, does not ring away from the water bottle, but if I hold the voltage tester upside down in my hand, then as we see, the voltage tester it's ringing far away from the water bottle. Strange?
Here we measure the table so we can get an idea of the distance of the plasma field that we will see as we continue, and as we see, is about 78 by 78 centimeters. Now notice that the distance of the plasma field that has formed around the generator is about 10 to 15 centimeters and that the voltage tester is not ringing away from the generator as I hold it normal in my hand. Now watch what happens if I let the voltage tester in the edge of the table and I touch it with my hand. As we see, the voltage tester is ringing as I touch it with my hand, and as I hold it upside down in my hand and I move it in the surface of the table, the voltage tester is ringing in all the surface of the table. Strange, right?
Remember that if I hold the voltage tester normal in my hand, is not ringing away from the magravs generator, but as we see, if I hold the voltage tester upside down in my hand, then the voltage tester is ringing in all the glass surface of the table.
As we see, the voltage tester is ringing without touching the glass, which it means that is ringing from the plasma field that has formed around and above the surface of the glass, right? But why the voltage tester is ringing only if I hold it upside down in my hand? And why the voltage tester is not ringing if I hold it from the normal side in my hand? Now notice that if I hold the voltmeter from the normal side in my hand, is not ringing, and as soon I hold it from the upside down side, then it starts the ringing again. The plasma energy field from the magravs generator, which is flowing in the table, somehow is interacting with the plasma energy from my body, right? Here we test it again by holding the voltage tester from the normal side, but as we see, nothing happens. But as soon we hold the voltage tester from the upside down side, then it's ringing again in all the glass surface of the table. Here we touch the voltage tester with the copper wire, but as we see, nothing happens. Why the voltage tester is ringing only when I touch and hold it from the opposite side? It means that the plasma energy fields that are formed around the magravs generator and the glass on the table somehow are interacting with the plasma energy of my body. As a result, the voltage tester is ringing only when I touch it from the opposite side with my hand, right or wrong? If I hold the voltage tester from the normal side, is ringing only when I place it close to the magravs generator where the plasma field has formed. When I hold the voltage tester normal in my hand, The distance of the plasma field that has formed around the magravs generator is until the point where I have placed the pen on the table, but now watch what happens as soon I hold the voltage tester from the opposite side. As we see, when I hold the voltage tester from the opposite side, the plasma field it expands in the entire glass surface of the table. Why when I hold the voltage tester from the opposite side in my hand, then is ringing in all the glass surface of the table. Notice that the voltage tester is not touching the glass surface, which it means that, around and above the table, we have a plasma field which is interacting with the plasma energies of my body, right? Now watch what happens as I put and the second hand inside in the plasma field. As we see, as soon I put and the second hand inside in the plasma field, the voltage tester which stops the ringing, which it means. Why the voltage tester which stops the ringing as soon I put and my second hand inside in the plasma field. The same strange phenomenon is happening and closer to the magravs generator. Next we have placed the voltage tester on the bed, and the wire that we hold in the hand is normal non-nano-coated copper wire. Now with the right hand we touch the magravs generator which is connected to the electrical grid, and with the left hand which we hold the bare copper wire, we touch the voltmeter, and as we see, the voltmeter is ringing because of the plasma energy which is flowing through my body. Next we will repeat the same experiment like before, but this time, we will hold in the hand a small non-nano-coated zinc mesh. With the right hand we touch again the magravs generator which is connected to the electrical grid, and with the left hand which we hold the bare zinc mesh, we touch the voltmeter, and as we see, the voltmeter is ringing because the plasma energy from the magravs generator is flowing through my body and through the bare zinc mesh. Next we have tested the laptop by holding the voltage tester from the normal side in our hand, but as we see, is not ringing. And as soon we hold the voltage tester from the opposite side in our hand, then it starts the ringing in all the surface of the laptop. Notice that the voltage tester is not touching the laptop, which it means that around the laptop, we have again a plasma field which somehow is interacting with the plasma energies of my body. Right? As we see, the plasma field, it expands about 2 centimeters plus, away from the laptop. Why when I hold the voltage tester from the normal side in my hand, it stops to ringing, but as soon I hold it from the opposite side, then is ringing all around the laptop. Here to remind you that in the experiments that we saw in the previous episode, we saw that when I have hold the voltage tester from the normal side in my hand, he was ringing normally all around the laptop, like we see on this clip. You can find available link in the description below for the full previous episode so you can see more details from the previous experiments that we have done. So, now the question is, why on this episode the voltage tester is ringing only when I hold it from the opposite side? Next we have tested again with the water bottle, and as we see, when I hold the voltage tester from the normal side, is ringing only when I touch the bottle, but when I hold it from the opposite side, then the voltage tester is ringing and away from the water bottle. Notice that the voltage tester is ringing only until the level of the water, which it means that the plasma energy is flowing through the water, right? Our bodies are about 75% plus water. Next we have added a smaller water bottle which at the beginning is not reacting, but when we place it from the other side, then we can see that the plasma energy is flowing through the water from the bigger bottle to the smaller. And if we hold the voltage tester from the opposite side, then as we see, is ringing at longer distance from the bottle. Next we have added one more water bottle, and first, we have tested them by holding the voltage tester from the normal side in our hand, but, as we see, the voltage tester is not ringing, but as soon we hold the voltage tester from the opposite side in our hand, then, it starts the ringing all around the water bottles. After that, we have added one more water bottle, and this time, the voltage tester is ringing as we hold it from the normal side in our hand. Why this change? And again, when we hold the voltage tester from the opposite side in our hand, then as we see, is ringing in longer distance from the water bottles. Among the other, this experiment is proving to us that, the plasma energy is flowing through the water, as a result, to form a plasma field around the water bottles, right? We repeat that our bodies are about 75% plus water. After that, we have added one more water bottle and we have tested them by holding the voltage tester from the normal side in our hand, but as we see, is not ringing. But, as soon we hold it from the opposite side, then it starts the ringing again. Why this strange behavior? And again, when we hold the voltage tester from the normal side, as we see, is not ringing. At one point is ringing little bit because is close to the magravs generator. But, when we hold the voltage tester from the opposite side, then, as we see, is ringing again. Why this strange behavior? After that, we have added one more water bottle and as we see, when we hold the voltage tester from the normal side in our hand, is not ringing, but, as soon we hold it from the opposite side, then, it starts to ringing again. Strange, right? Total now we have 6 bottles of water, and as we see, the plasma energy from the magravs generator, is flowing in all 6 water bottles, but, why the voltage tester is ringing only when I hold it from the opposite side in my hand? Also don't forget that, the plasma energy is flowing in the glass surface of the table, and because we hold the voltage tester from the opposite side in our hand, then, we can say that, the plasma energy from the magravs generator, somehow, is interacting with the plasma energies of my body. Right? Next we have placed the voltage tester above in a star formation plasma device, and with the right hand, we touch the magravs generator, and with the left hand, we touch the voltage tester, and as we see, is ringing because the plasma energy from the magravs generator, is flowing through my body which is about 75% plus water. After that, with the right hand we touch the magravs generator, and in the left hand, we hold a CO2ZNO GaNs bracelet, and later on a CH3 GaNs bracelet, and as we see, the voltage tester is ringing because the plasma energy from the magravs generator is flowing through my body, into the GaNs bracelet and to the voltage tester. Next in the left hand we hold a bigger CO2ZNO GaNs ring with a nano-coated tensor ring inside, and as we see, again the plasma energy from the magravs generator is flowing through my body, is passing into the GaNs bracelet, and it ends to the voltage tester which is ringing. Next we have tested a bracelet without GaNs water which contains only nano-coated wires, and as we see, the voltage tester is not ringing. Why? And again, we tested the bigger CO2ZNO GaNs ring with a nano-coated tensor ring inside, and as we see, the voltage tester is ringing because the plasma energy from the magravs generator is flowing through my body, is passing into the GaNs bracelet, and it ends to the voltage tester. Here we have tested with one more smaller GaNs ring between, but as we see, the voltage tester is not ringing. Notice my hand above in the middle of the screen that, when I touch the magravs generator, the voltage tester is ringing, and when I move my hand from the magravs generator, the voltage tester is not ringing. Among the other, these experiments can prove to us that the plasma energy is flowing through the water, right? And therefore, we can say that the plasma energy is flowing through our bodies because they contain about 75% plus water, right? The other big question is that, why the voltage tester is ringing all around the glass surface of the table only when I hold it from the opposite side in my hand, and without touching the magravs generator or anything else. So, more or less, these was the experiments that we have done until now with the magravs power plasma generator, which among the other, can prove us that, the plasma energy from the magravs power plasma generator, can flow through the water, as we saw with the water bottles and the GaNs bracelets, and also, we can say that, the plasma energy, is flowing through our bodies, and not only around it because, it contains about 75% plus of water. Don't forget to check the previous episodes in which we have shown how to make the magravs power plasma generator, and the previous experiments that we have done, by touching the magravs generator, while is connected to the electrical grid and different objects, links available in the description below. The following informations that we will hear as we continue about the magravs power plasma generators, are from the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Everything that we see in the world, and all that is unseen, is formed, manifested, and comes into existence, by the interaction of magnetic and gravitational fields. Energy is everywhere, around us, in our environment, and is within us. Different conditions and factors are involved in the creation of energy. The current method of energy production and use is not efficient, it is wasteful and damaging to our planet and its species. One of the biggest challenges for humanity is to find ways in which to harness and use available, abundant energy that is all around us without causing damage to species and our planet. Plasma technology is the solution. It will guide humanity to rediscover the natural order of universal energy exchange that leads to progress and implementation of universal knowledge on proper, sustainable, non-damaging energy management. The current application of plasma technology using nanomaterials and their fields is very much at the beginning stage. It is expanding the knowledge of humanity in terms of energy management and energy exchange. We are in a transition phase, moving away from utilizing destructive energy sources in favor of utilization of non-destructive plasma energy sources. During this development and learning transition phase, we are combining humanity's existing knowledge of energy, that is used to run our machines, with that of the relatively new knowledge of plasma technology. The creation of magravs power units, for example, helps humanity take a very large first step in understanding plasma and energy application. The gravitational magnetical fields of plasma always seek balance given any condition. Plasma flows from higher gravitational magnetical field strength to lower gravitational magnetical field strength. We understand that conventional electricity flows in a current from the source, for example a generator, to the load, for example machinery, appliance, lights, etc., and then back to the source. In order to utilize plasma energy we must create a similar and constant flow condition. Nanocoating is both a superinsulator, of electron vibration, and a superconductor, of plasma energy, at the same time. Electricity is merely used to trigger plasma via the nanocoating. Plasma then mimics the behavior of electricity and powers the trigger load connected to the magravs unit. At the same time, as a function of the trigger load on the magravs unit, plasma gets reflected back into the wiring of the house and starts nanocoating it over time. Since all wires run through the circuit breaker, nanocoating spreads throughout the house. The wiring of the house, over time with nanocoating, starts behaving like the magravs unit itself, requiring electricity only as a trigger but supplying plasma energy to the appliances connected to it. This is why the electric meter slows down, and in some cases even stops. I would expect to see a resistance reading in megaohms across the live wires on your magravs unit. The wires from the grid and to the load are connected to the nanocoating itself without biting through to the copper below. As plasma flows through these wires, they become nano-coated over time. However, the flow is mostly plasmatic, not electric, to the trigger load connected to the unit. The amount of electricity flowing through is so infinitesimal that it wouldn't be able to power a tiny LED. However, the fridge works, which means it is being powered by plasma. As plasma flows backwards through the wires into the grid side, the energy content changes from more matter state electron vibration to more plasmatic with nano-coating. Learn more about plasma technology at keshefoundation.org. Link available in the description below. We hope we helped you. If you like our videos and want to help us, please support us by subscribing to our channel NaTuber TV, like, comment and share this knowledge to as many people you can, for a better, peaceful world for everyone, including animals as well. Thank you very much. Peace, love and happiness to all. See you next time. You can find these coils, shapes and new designs in our Etsy store. Link available in the description below.